Well, it's bad enough that I cover sports for a living. That's like my dream come true. Today we get to talk about video games, which is one of my other big passions. I've been outed right now. We're here with Dustin Toms. He is senior editor for Operation Sports. It's a website, operationsports.com. You want to check it out. Basically reviews, previews, sports, video games. So you, my friend, have the greatest job on earth.
Honestly, it was a part-time college gig that I got, worked out perfectly with my class schedule. And when I found a full-time job, why give it up?
Right.
You know, it's a 10-year-old's dream job. There's no chance I'm going to let it go.
I guess before we start talking about specific games and one in particular, I'd like to ask you, free video games. Do you get free games, or how does that work? For anybody out there who wants to do this for a living.
No, you do get free video games every once in a while.
Just
with the
stop
big
right
releases.
there.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm joking.
No, the big releases, the video game companies like Electronic Arts or Visual Concepts, the Take-Two Interactive, they'll actually ship out the games to us about a week early. That way we can get our hands on them and play them a little bit before the public gets a hold of it.
Right.
With the idea that we'll send out a review the day it launches to help market their product. The ones that we don't get early, we usually get reimbursed for, so we'll buy them on release day and then just send in our receipt, and our PayPal the next morning's got the money.
The ones you don't get the advanced copies of are probably the bad video games anyway.
Oh yeah. I mean, everyone thinks it's cool. You get to review Madden, you get to play that about a week
somebody's
early.
got to review the bad ones.
Hey, I mean, I won't lie. I've played some pretty crazy games. I've played Super Monkey Ball Tennis. I've played Mario Kart. You really get into those crazy Nintendo games that you don't really want to play, but you got to.
What is the worst game you've reviewed, like score-wise? What's the worst?
The worst game? Oh, it was a Tony Hawk game, actually.
Oh no!
It was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater that came out with the actual skateboard that you
sat
sat on.
This was horrible. It was such a great idea. And
it was an
horrible.
Awesome idea, but I'm sitting there in my living room. I looked like a complete idiot.
What was the score?
2.5.
Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10.
Not good.
Out of 10. Not good at all.
Okay, well, there's a game that a lot of people are getting excited about. There's a lot of speculation right now that Madden is being surpassed right now in popularity by the NBA 2K franchise. And you just got a first look. NBA 2K16 doesn't even, when does it come out?
It actually releases tomorrow on Friday.
Okay, well, perfect timing.
Yeah.
You got a first look at it.
Yeah.
And this was in the Bay Area a couple weeks ago now. What were your impressions of the game?
What we got to do, we just got to play the game, sit down, play a few games for about 8 hours. 8 hours doesn't sound like a long time.
For a full day?
For a full day.
For 8 hours you're playing nothing but NBA 2K.
Yeah, my eyes hurt a little bit afterwards, but it was a lot of fun. The game has improved drastically. Everything that they've added in there, they've expanded on 5 different modes. Each mode could probably hold its own by a game by itself, so that alone is impressive.
Do you play it on PlayStation 4? What was the platform?
I played it on PlayStation 4.
Okay. Do you ever play the back? I mean, I'm a PlayStation 3 guy. I've got to get a PlayStation 4 right. Tell my wife at home right now.
Buy him a PS4. He needs one.
No. Don't tell her to buy it. Just tell her it's okay for me to buy it.
Okay.
Because then I'd really owe her. Okay. So they've. What are some of the new kind of variations of the game? Have they added anything or tweaked, or what would you say the biggest leaps forward for 2K16 are for the people at home?
So there's a couple features in there that I'm pretty excited for. Before I get to the main one, I'm going to talk about my personal favorite.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm a big franchise guy. I like controlling the general manager side of things. I like being able to control the ticket costs, concessions costs. Well, this year they've added in a new feature called Team Relocation.
Oh.
So the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're coming back home to Seattle.
All right.
They're coming
nice.
back home. It's about time. And then aside from that, their story mode, you actually get to create yourself as a player. You can scan your face into the game, so you see yourself on the court with all these NBA All-Stars. But this year, the entire story mode is produced and directed by Spike Lee. He's the one who wrote the entire script for it. He casted the actors to film out the cutscenes. It's very impressive to put that into a video game. It's a 90-minute movie in the middle of a game.
And so, anything else? What do we have to watch out for in this game? I mean, this seems like it. Now, do you have a review of this game already?
Not yet. The review is hopefully going to be up early next week on operationsports.com.
Can you give us a ballpark here? I mean, this is going to be a high score, right?
It'll be a high score.
What'd you give 2K15 last year?
2K15, we gave it an 8.
An 8.
And that was a little down. That was a little down than what they've normally done.
Higher than 8?
I think it'll end up being a higher than 8.
Somewhere in a 9?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Awesome.
We've never given a 9.5 out, and this might take it.
Anything else out there that we want to keep an eye on video game wise? I mean, you played Madden. How's the Madden franchise going, do you think? Is it heading in the right direction?
Madden is heading in the right direction.
Okay.
It used to be one of the most polarizing games that was released every year.
I always called it a roster update. Seriously, every year just felt like they were just updating the roster. And that was
for a while there, they would introduce a new feature, and 3 years later, they would scrap it, recycle everything, and start over new with a brand new gameplay designer, lead designers, everything. Well, they finally got away from that. They stick with what they want to do. And now they're focusing more and more on gameplay rather than the features, because that's where Madden hits its gold. It's playing with your friends, playing on Sunday mornings before the actual games begin. And they have improved so much more. Last year, Odell Beckham Jr., remember his amazing one-handed catch? They took that moment and instance and really implemented that into the game by adding in new receiver mechanics and passing mechanics. That way you have more control over than just pressing a button and throwing in the right direction.
And coming soon, perhaps, to contract holdouts where your team goes 0-2 while you're gone, and then you kiss and make up. We'll wait and see. Probably not true. Dustin, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Lindsay, back to you.